Broadcasting on kpcradio.com. I'm your host, Ayo. First off, I want to say our thoughts and prayers go out to the people in Japan, and also not to forget the people in Hurricane Katrina. You know, it's a tragedy what happened, but I'm sure, the strength that the people have, they will overcome this. We got issues going on in California and across the country with this war. The war on education. A lot of things are happening. There's some cuts being made, and I think it's an important issue that students, teachers, and just people be aware of these things. Today, I got my guest, James McKeever. He's out here in Pierce College. Mr. James McKeever, can you introduce yourself?
Hi, James McKeever, Sociology, Pierce College.
Where do we start off, man? These budget cuts. I myself am a student. I've been in classrooms where there's 90 people trying to add a class. 90 people. How did this problem come about, Mr. McKeever?
There's a lot of things that kind of fed into it and so on. I mean, one, you mentioned the idea of war, right? I mean, we're in this war in Iraq, we're in this war in Afghanistan. No matter what people want to say, these are funds that are being shifted away from United States citizens to fight these kind of imperialistic wars overseas. If we didn't have those wars over there that we're fighting over there, we'd have more money to sit there and help with the budget here. The biggest thing that I think that we don't think about on a daily basis is that while education is the largest portion of the California budget, criminal justice is the second largest portion of the budget. The United States locks up nearly 2 million people a year, okay? California has the highest incarceration rate out of any state, and it costs about $49,000 an inmate. I
think that brings up the issue of where does California keep their priorities as far as their budgets? I mean, where is education? I mean, you see students now paying more, but it's almost like we're getting less. Personally, as a student, I mean, I'm sure a lot of students would love the fact of like, hey, I'll pay $10 a unit to get some more classes or to get some a MacBook Pro computer. You know what I'm saying? I think people would be cool if they paid more and they got more, but I see the issue of students paying more and getting classes cut.
It's not going to stop anytime soon. There are other choices, and people and these politicians need to realize that. Why is it that it's only us that have to feel insecure about our jobs and our futures? They need to feel insecure about their jobs and their futures.
As far as like the state cutting education, it kind of demotivates kids, not to come to school. It's just, I mean, it's already problematic for kids to come to school, but I mean, to add another problem, I think it's tragedy for kids trying to go to school, because another thing they got to worry about is money. And California was known for affordable college. People came here because they want to get a good education, but now what?
It took me 9 years to get through community college. And this is why I love community college. I'm so passionate about it, because I was a single father coming straight out of high school, and I had to quit a lot of classes in the middle. Community college back then was even far more affordable than it is now. It's like $11 a unit, So if I lost that money, that wasn't so bad as it is today. But if you had told me $66 a unit, I wouldn't be sitting in this chair talking to you right now.
School, in a way, it's kind of like survival of the fittest, but it shouldn't be this hard. It's got to be a little easier for the students to get their education. That's what they're asking for. I can go to a store right now and get a gun and it'd be way more easier. It should be easier for me to get this education. There needs to be some kind of movement. I appreciate you coming on the show, Mr. McKeever. Thank you for sharing your words. I'm your host, Ayo. Peace and love.
Goes on all night till the morning. We dream so long. Anybody ever wonder